Hello, 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 guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Another Friday. Look, it's different. Guys, thank you for sure joining. Share the video, like the video as you join, and let others also enjoy it. Thank you, guys. Hey, let me just try and thank you guys for joining. Tell people that we are live. Apologies that we are slightly behind schedule. I'm really sorry about that. It was due to circumstances beyond my control. Apologies. Next time, no first, no will happen. So thank you guys for still finding time to stay tuned to us. Thank you. So share the video, share the video. Uh, Share the video, guys. If you we'll start in like 2 minutes or so. So just want to like the video as you guys join. That's can actually what also see us live. So join. Let's say dollar sign there too. You can also contribute if you want to. Or if you think that you don't want to do that, you can just like the video, subscribe if you have not subscribed, and enjoy us. So a lot of things to discuss today. So I'll just start it. So a lot of things to discuss today, guys. Okay, share, subscribe. Guys, like the video too if you have not actually liked the video. I know that we are slightly behind schedule, to just do some few things that we had to sort out. But thank God that we are here now. So I used to tell you that charity actually what normally begins at home. So I will start on the home front. So I will start on the champions. Sorry, I'll just put this one up. So Remo starts. If you live in Nigeria, live outside Nigeria, support Nigerian football, you know that Remo starts. They won the MPFL last season. They were currently champions. They finished first. So they will be playing in the CAF Champions League. So, and there's been transfer rumors too around the camp of Remo Stars that Remo Stars, they are looking forward to to purchase Ifeanyi Onyebuchi from Rangers, and also to maybe get Papa Daniel loan from Niger Tornadoes. So this is just what they are trying to do is that they are trying to assemble like the Nigerian Classico, the Nigerian Stars, in the MPFL, so that they could be able to actually want to play in the CAF Champions League. So I'm happy for them. They're trying to get Savior. They are trying to get Ifeanyi Onyebuchi. They are trying to get Papa Daniel's Mustafa. So they're trying to get like the stars of the MPFL to help them play the CAF Champions League. If you remember very well, Enyimba, the last Nigerian champion on the continent, they did the same thing too. They actually got players like like Emeka Nwana, player like Ahmed Gaba, Yaro, player like they got a lot of players that actually help them in these in the CAF Champions League. So they are trying to get the similar approach too, but then they used to be the stars in the MPFL, but unfortunately, Emmanuel Issa, thank you for that. I thought on Emmanuel Issa, they used to get, they used to actually have those stars in the MPFL, but unfortunately, the talents we have now is no longer the same compared to what we used to actually have before. So I think that's the reason why, I still don't think they are ready for the CAF Champions League. But it's good that they're trying to get new players, the best players in the MPFL, to help them the CAF Champions League. So I wish Remo Stars the very best of luck. So, if they could get like three and maybe four or five good players in the MPFL, not the stars of the last year's professional league, I think they will be able to actually what they'll be able to perform well, at least qualify. They'll be able to qualify for the group stage of the CAF Champions League. So I wish them the very best of luck. I hope that things actually what work out for them. That is that on the Remo Stars. So I have to move on now, and I think I'm expecting my co-host today. I was meant to have a guest today, but I did not inform him on time. It's a former Olympic silver medalist, former Nigerian international. I was meant to actually have him on show today, but I didn't inform him early, so I just don't want to disturb his schedule. But it's gonna be live, maybe probably next Friday. So that is that on the MPFL. I wish Remo Stars the very best of luck. So guys, let me move on now quickly to uh not the squad list actually. Let's just try and like talk about the WAFU-B. So if you not aware to July 10 to July 22, there will be WAFU-B under 20 Boys Cup, the third edition that will take place in Ghana. I told you about the WAFU A and B before, but the WAFU A, those guys, Senegal, Mali, they didn't really show up. So that's why they just try and go, okay, let's just do our own thing. And they actually organized just for WAFU-B. So today was a draw. Actually, today actually was a draw, and Ghana, Nigeria, and Benin Republic in Group A, Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Togo in Group B. So Nigeria faced Ghana in the opening game, according to what the IC was saying. So it is going to be like a good preparation for Coach Ali Zubeiru's under 20 before the World Cup in September. So I hope that he can use this one as avenue to actually train those boys more, test them in a very competitive actually game, so that at the end of the day they can be able to compete very well when they play at the world stage in Chile in September. So the last WAFU under 20 that we played last year, Nigeria won that tournament, beating Ghana in the final by 2-1. Can they repeat the film fit again? Time will actually tell. So I wish them actually the very best of luck as they actually go here. So it's going to be July 10th to July 22. So and it's going to be live on YouTube. So you can actually watch. The camp is going to resume back on Monday or so. So that because they camped them slightly earlier because of the postponement. But now that they have a new date of July 10th, the boys are coming back to camp and and they start preparing for this 120. So I hope that they can also perform well, in this tournament, and also, just like a friend tournament, just to perform well. That's the most important thing. So I wish the team the very best of luck. So that is that about the WAFU under 20 draws that actually took place today. What are your expectations? Do you expect that? Do you think the team will perform well? So that guys, I used to have a co-host, but my co-host now is an international man. So it's always when it's in Africa, when it's not in Africa, it's in America, it's in everywhere. So, but now today, he said, okay, don't worry, Smith Lai, I want to be on the show with you today, and 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 that is actually what my very good friend from Ireland, Dawada, nice to actually have you back on the show.
Good
Welcome.
evening, Smith. I'm glad to be on the show once again this evening.
Yeah,
Lovely to have our people here. Don't mind
yeah,
Smith. It's just been a busy schedule, either
yeah.
work or not being available. Even
All
this night,
domestic
yes,
assignment.
even this night, because I promised my client I'll be here. I had to create some time out of the busy schedule to be here.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for actually. So before you join, I have to discuss some few things, but I want just to ask you a question about Raymond stats. I don't know. What they're trying to do is that they're trying to buy the best players in the MPFL to see maybe they can actually would use that one to prosecute their CAF Champions League. So what's their approach? Do you think it's better, or do you think they should stick to the team that won the MPFL for them?
I think first things first, it waters down the league. If
Mm-hmm.
one team just has the best players,
But
then it's
Bayern
going to
Munich
be
used to fight the best team.
it's
Bayern Munich does that.
but yeah, Bayern Munich does that, but you also know that the quality in the German league is not like as when Bayern Munich buys the best players, they are still
Mm-hmm.
always like one or two. Give for instance, Dortmund, they still
Mm-hmm.
have like one or two very good footballers.
During 5 seconds.
Exactly. Exactly. Leipzig will still have young talents that are
Mm-hmm.
doing well. If you remember that time,
But they will not win the league.
exactly, they won't. Bayern is always winning. It's always
Yeah.
so man
So
dominance.
what is now wrong with Remo getting those boys?
For me, like the league is not. I believe the league is not at a place where that is good for the league. The league needs to get to a level a competitive. You know, like there's a point that the Bundesliga was very much competitive before Bayern started just buying everybody and anybody.
Uh-huh.
But the league is not even really competing on its own. The quality is not that great.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah,
now,
but when Enyimba did this years back,
mm,
teams like Dolphin still competed with Enyimba.
yes.
Teams like
So
Enugu Rangers, Julius Berger still
I,
competed.
I I think maybe that would also create an opportunity for other teams to
Buckle
find
up.
a way to, yes, to buckle up and find an alternative means to create players which would bring out quality for them. So
Yes.
Remo Stars have the money. I also think what Remo Stars is trying to do is have a strong fit in
Mm-hmm.
Africa, not just in
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nigeria, to be
Uh-huh.
able to go to
They want
continental and
club work
win
of
the club. But I'll be honest, I don't know if you watched Man City versus that Moroccan team. I was
yeah,
highly impressed by the Moroccan team. Highly
yeah.
impressed. They gave City a run for their money. If they had
Uh-huh.
better attackers who could finish, I would have
Mm-hmm.
they probably have drawn City or beat City in that game. So
Mm-hmm.
shout out to that team. Shout out to them.
Yeah. Shout out to them. So actually, I was really impressed with what they played and Sundance, against Urawa
Yeah,
Reds.
I didn't
Actually,
watch Sundowns game, but I had a friend who was saying that, oh, I should watch Sundowns. So their
yeah.
next game I'm gonna try and
Yeah,
see that.
yeah. I will also try and show what stay and actually what be able to watch them. So that is that on the MPFL. So that was that we're on like different parts. So you believe that it's going to water down the league. You think that I think
Yes.
that it's going to help Raymond Stars and it's going to tell people to buckle up too. And because Remo, we want our club in the CAF Champions League group stage, and we hope that it can actually work out for them. So that is that on them. So I wish them actually the very best of luck. So yeah, sorry, look at what I did. I'm used to like having my head on the show. So so I went to click on that. So let's now move on slightly to something about our female national team. So if you have been listening to African news and everything, the
Yeah, I saw the list come out
yes.
today.
But just before I run through the list, we'll discuss it that whether there's going to be a friendly game, 23rd and 29th or so
Against Portugal and
against Ghana and Ghana
Ghana.
and Ghana. So Ghana is going to be played in Morocco. I will try maybe I can see that game. Ghana is I don't know, no, I can't see that game. Ghana is going to be played in Morocco. Then Portugal
Portugal.
is going to be played in Lisbon also. So the team is currently camping in Abuja now. They will travel on Sunday to Lisbon. So, but Coach Austin Madugu already, listed some players. He really meant business. So the goalkeepers are Chima Kanadozie. Courtesy of Brilla, I got this from Brilla. So Chima Kanadozie, Tujuke Olui, and Rachel Unachuku. She's from Nasarawa Amazons, and Osinachi Ohale, the defense minister. Chukwu Atladapo, former under 20, defender. Michelle Alozie, a lot of you guys know Michelle Alozie. If you don't know Michelle Alozie, I don't think you've followed Nigerian football. Ashley Plunter, she's
Well known. She was. She did. She's been. I think she's been out of the team for a while, but I haven't watched them. I haven't definitely. There's no way you can watch the women football team in the Saudi league, but
yeah.
She has the experience. She was at the last WAFCON, had a very solid
Yeah,
experience.
yeah. So
She
then
was
you just
also as a
IoT, sorry. It's just like how much I paid for that to use graphics rather than I just this one was just the one that I was rushing. So it was the one that I could leave my hands on quickly, on Facebook. I just click on it and this thing. So don't worry. I don't just run through it. So not talk about it one by one. There's Shukura at Isa, very good defender. There's Oluwatosin Dimeyi, she plays in Galatasaray in Turkey. There is Miracle Sani. That is a surprise inclusion. Edo Queens. And she used to. I'll come to that later. Rashida Yabade, that's the captain of the team. We have Adima Tuwainde, experienced midfielder. We have Deborah Abiodun. You guys know Deborah Abiodun from America. We have Jennifer Ishejere, the PSG girl. If she didn't make it, who else will make it? We have Tony Payne, Everton, and we also have Christy Ushebe, our own girl, Christy Ushebe. So forward line, you have the ageless Francisca Odega. You have Chinwendu Ihezuo, very powerful player. We have Ifoma Onumono, strong. We have Esther Okoronko, with wonderful flair. Omori Sola Babajide, Folashade Ijamilusi, that's a surprise inclusion. Shoma Okafor, and also Isaac Oshwala. And in the goalkeeper, there's no doubt that Shema Canada is going to be the first choice. But Toshiko Lui is like, what's your take about this goalkeeping department?
I think they are just banking on. We already know our first choice. Let's just
Yes.
take others as training materials
Mm-hmm.
and motivation, because Tochukwu Olu is the worship leader.
Mm-hmm.
She leads the praise and worship going into
Yeah.
the
Wait.
matches. So
Wait.
they have to take the worship leader. So,
Mm-hmm.
but on a lighter note, so like I just think they are training materials. It's not. There's no competition, to be
But
honest.
that this girl, Rachel Unachuku, she is a goalkeeper for National Amazons. I don't know if you have seen the size of the size of the lady. I know, but
No, I haven't.
I saw her play against Algeria. I think probably in the two-legged friendly games. So, we considered one goal, but that was a very questionable goalkeeping, from her. If we are saying that we are taking three goalkeepers to this WAFCON, at least one of them should be like a young goalkeeper. I can
Oh,
understudy.
the Rachel Iheanacho is not young.
No,
Oh, okay. I thought she was a young goalkeeper,
no, no,
up and
no,
coming.
no, no,
Oh,
no, no.
fair enough. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I totally agree with you. We should be taking somebody. Chiamaka is not going to be there for life,
Tochukwu
so
is
we need.
even older. It's like the age of Onome Ebi. Like,
Yeah, I know Tochukwu. Tochukwu has been in the team for a very long time.
yeah.
So somebody to understudy Chiamaka,
Mm-hmm.
somebody who are quietly breeding, maybe the under 20 goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So gradually she has experience, she knows how things work. But if I just taking figureheads just for to fill in slots, I think that's questionable and not good enough for the
Yeah.
team. So that's my thoughts.
Yeah. And for me, I just think that you have to be strategic with all these things. If you are taking, okay, you have Shabaka Nadozie, you have Toshiko Louis, why can't you look for like a young goalkeeper?
Yeah,
So
it's a 20-year-old keeper.
yeah, looking at to our age range self, some of these goalkeepers, when they perform, when they give them opportunity again, they misbehave. For example,
Mm.
now, Amarachi, there's one girl called Amarachi. She used to be there for Data Queens before. Very good goalkeeper during WAFU-B tournament there. But I saw her play for Data Queens. She was not horrible. I'm just like, sometimes it's just for them to keep up that performance, the way Chamaka
Mm.
actually what did.
That consistency.
That consistency must be there. Hey, Faith Milano. Well, Faith Milano
Yeah.
was good. I don't know why Faith Milano was not invited. Faith
Mm.
Milano would have been very good. At least have been very good. Maybe our form wasn't there and everything. Yeah. So now let's move on to the defense line. What do you make of, for example, now there's one inclusion here, Miracle Sani ahead of Rofia Timuran. I don't know.
Mm,
Yes, Rofia Timuran
you know,
plays. Yeah.
uh, um, we all know that some of these selections are sentimental and based on we want to go
Mm-hmm.
with home based.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Yeah.
not surprised if some people are left out because they want to fill in the home based slot.
Mm-hmm.
So, but for me, I don't know the fitness of Ashley Ponta. I don't think she played with the team since the last World Cup or
No, no,
Olympics.
she played against France.
Okay,
Yeah, in before this last friendly
but
game,
but
she was
but
there against France.
bringing in Ashley is not questionable. Ashley is a top
Mm-hmm.
defender. She has the
Mm-hmm.
experience. She's played in England now, playing her trade in Saudi Arabia, but she has the
Mm-hmm.
experience and it definitely showing that quality. You see that
Mm-hmm.
gov of quality in Asprota and others. Person naturally also brings her experience. She's solid. She's been there, done that. She's the leader in that defense. Mitchell is our number one starter.
Yeah.
I
Those are
believe
not starting.
Tosin now should have grown because she's been in 2, 3 competitions now,
Yeah, yeah.
and she should be more experienced. And
Experience.
mistakes or when she fluffed her lines, those are things you should not be seeing now. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what we were saying earlier about the goalkeepers. Tosin had gone for she was at the Olympics at a young age.
Yeah, yeah.
She had that experience, and that's what if I'm not against them giving slots to
Mm-hmm.
the local league, but give people that are actually quality, young
Mm-hmm.
quality, hungry players who want to get a shirt, who want to fight for the team.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. What else?
Yeah. So for
The
me, yeah.
yeah,
Let me
so
just move
that's
on.
it.
So Sikra to Issa, I just looking at the left back about because I think that it was Miracle Sani. But I just think that Rofia Timura, is it because maybe probably she's more of a midfielder now? I don't know, but let's see what the coach will actually what we do. Midfield now, we have Rashid Ajibade, Animatu Ainde, to see what's it called, the Brata
Tosin,
Biodun, to Tony Payne, which is Christian Shepherd. I don't think we're going to complain about this midfield.
I
Do you think?
don't the midfield there's no complaints. Everybody they deserve the slot. That's
Yeah,
just it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. For me, I think she's like practically similar to the team that went to the World Cup. Because if
Yeah.
you look at this team that actually got selected here now, the two goalkeepers here, Shamaka Nadozie and Toshiko Louis, they were the World Cup.
Mm.
Was naturally
Was at the
Michael
World Cup.
Adozie,
Ashley Pumpta was at the
Tosin
World Cup.
Dimeyi play at the World Cup. The midfield, all of them play at the World Cup. So forward lines now, we have Francisca Odega, Chinwedu Iyezuo, Ifoma Onumonu, Esther Okoronko, Omori Isola Babajide, and Flahade Yamilusi, Shoma Kafo, Aisha Toshuala. So I just want to ask you a question. The last competition that Odega played was the World Cup. She didn't do well during the last World Cup. She got a move to Saudi Arabia. She has been doing very well in Saudi Arabia. But looking at picking Odega ahead of Gift Monday,
That's
what do you
that
make of
no, that's a very questionable decision. That is a very but I feel Odega is one of the players that we should have faced out. If we want experience, somebody who's been there, done that, experience in the attack,
that?
already have assist to give us that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Gift has that hunger and bite and energy to bring into this team. Francis
Mm-hmm.
Odega is not going to give us that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, big respect to her. She's been there, done that. She's played for the Super Falcons for years. She's gathered a lot of experience. She's served the nation. But I think, in my opinion, we have enough experienced heads in this team. If the notion is, oh, we need as an experienced player. We have enough of experience. We
Mm-hmm.
also need to inject people that have energy, people that have bite, that have hunger.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
Gift Monday night in the US, she's on fire.
Yes.
She's on fire. Bringing that
Yes.
form, this might not even start. If I'm an opponent, I don't think an opponent will be scared if Francis or the guy is coming in,
Mm-hmm.
rather than a Gift Monday.
Yes.
Gift Monday will bring in that energy. A defender that is tired will feel a Gift Monday if he comes in, rather
Mm-hmm.
than Francis Caldelia. But the
Yes.
list has been selected. The deed is done. It's just to support the girls and hope they go all out to win the tournament.
Yes. So thank you for that wonderful insight too. Well, so let's just take this one from Idea I6. Thank you for a super chat. Say that if Shamaka is injured or suspended, we are done. Do you agree with that? If Shamaka is injured or suspended, that we are done. Do you agree with that, Awada?
Yes, I agree. I totally agree. And that's what I was going to say because God, we hope she's fit throughout the tournament. But if
Yeah.
anything happens to her, we're screwed. We're screwed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Screwed.
Yeah. I actually would agree with you. I agree with you that because that's why they will have to actually have friendly games. About that because all these goalkeepers, you try them in friendly games, friendly situation. When last do you think Toshiko kept for Nigeria? You know, give
When la,
Gabriel
when
when last
when la, when last did she keep for her club?
for our club sides.
That should
So
be
you
the
have
first question.
yeah, yeah. And you have to look at all these other 20, all these other 20 players. You must be able to actually what to look for how to actually what to how to actually what include them. I'll post a link very soon. So that to see how you can include them because if you cannot go and try them. For example, now you're in the semi-final against South Africa. God forbid Shamaka got
That
injured.
that that's that's not where to test. That's not
That's
testing ground.
that's
Friendly
not
games are
that's
where
not
you do the testing.
the testing ground.
So
So,
that
so
so
that
it,
is that.
so
So
that is
and
is just it's just like you testing a tool, an IT tool in production environments. That's not where you should be
mhm,
testing. It's not in production
yes.
environment you test. You test
Mm-hmm,
pre-production. So
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So going to go to thank you for our super chat too. So now let's just move on to that forward line. I don't think Oshoala played under this manager, but they are bringing the Super Z herself,
mm,
Ayat Oshoala. Do you think that they are bringing her because of experience, or what do you think?
yeah,
What do you think has had to this team?
you can't rule out as you said, you can't rule out the experience she still has. No
Mm-hmm,
matter what, Asisat will still have a fear factor
mm-hmm,
for any defender, any female defender in that competition.
mm-hmm,
So that fear factor again, I'm sure Asisat will probably not get the starting spot, but
mm-hmm.
bringing her in, knowing that we have that such quality on the bench, is a
Yeah.
big factor for us.
Mm-hmm,
She
mm-hmm.
might not have the legs, but whether we like it or not, Asisat is still an X factor player.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. And another thing I want to mention is that there is Folashade Ijamilusi. It's a player that plays for Edo Queens. In the last CAF Women's Champions League, it's going to be interesting to see how well she's going to fit into this lineup. Our favorite player that used to be in the midfield, when she, number 7, she was playing and playing, but they didn't pick her. I forgot her name now. She plays for National Amazon. They like her based on different reasons. So I don't want to. She because the Nigerian senator Shehu Sani posted it. They like her based on different reasons.
Mm,
Not for boring reason. But what I can say is that I wish the team the very best of luck. See, it's Mission X. I hope that this team tonight should want to win the WAFCON because it's long overdue because we missed out last year and this Africa
yeah.
again. See, this Africa, we need to compete with them badly
Yes.
because
We need to face them head on.
another thing is that we're also facing them again in what's it called? We lost to them in the 20 AFCON. We're going to face them in the World Cup qualifiers. So I just think that we need to give them bomber to bomber this time around. So I wish the team the very best of luck. I know our list and just send me a text and that he probably wants to join too. I'm going to post the link very soon. And they will also contribute to their opinion about the list. What you think you can actually what about the list. And yeah. So and about that summary, do you think that this team can go all the way and win?
Yeah, I
Enter?
believe what the female team is the giant of Africa. We have a strong balance between experience and the young ones, people that
Mm-hmm.
have won it. Assisat has won it before, Frances Odega has won it before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if Rashidat has won it before.
She won it, I think, in Ghana.
Okay, so we have people that have experienced it, people that know what is required to win these tournaments, and people that are bringing that hunger and bite of I've never won it before. I saw Sola Babajide's post on Twitter. You could see that excitement in her of,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I want to do this. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's a strong balance, and I believe we have the quality to go all out. We have a
Yeah.
lot of, we have at least 2 to 3 X Factor players in this team. Azizat
Mm-hmm.
is an X Factor player. Chiamaka is an X Factor player.
Mm-hmm.
Rashida herself is an X Factor player.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
the core
because
of our team have X Factor players who can who can they can make the game, and
mm-hmm.
they can take it as scruffle of the neck and say, "Oh, I'm going to win this game."
Yeah.
And those are X Factor players. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot you there. I think apart from South Africa,
Mm-hmm.
you barely see that in other teams. So I
Yeah.
believe that we can go all the way out.
Yeah. So thank you, Dabada, for that insight. Guys, if you want to join too later, I also post the link. What's going to be your prediction? Do you think we can go all the way? Do you think we can actually we can win? So John Jones, you're asking question about who is Choma Okafor. Ask a question with super chat. Then I will answer this question. So guys, you can support with super chat. So I still have how many likes? 19 likes out of about 70, almost 80 people watching. Guys, go and actually like the video. Like the video. So, guys, so let's move on to the men's national team now. There's no way we can talk about the women's national team without talking about the men's national team too. So, well, I know that you have not been here for a while, and but Eric Shells, I know you have followed the team, very well. But I wanted to start on like a transfer. Some transfer already actually what happened, and one of them was actually what Oluwaseun just got.
Nigeria.
I've joined All City from West Bromwich Albion. I keep on jumping from championship championship club, and he's already 30 years of age now. I don't think this guy have any ambition
Yeah, I
out of
I don't.
England.
At his age, I think it will be difficult for him to make that jump again to the Premier League. So I think this is just where
Yeah,
I think the teams believe that he has that experience. See, the team even is they all still have joined. If they get promoted, don't be surprised if they'll just make him a bench player if they get
hmm,
to the Premier League. I
yes,
think he has the brain, but I don't think the legs are
absolutely.
there
Yeah. But
because the intensity of Premier League is at an all-time
it's
level.
yeah,
So for you to be able to stay up, you need players with legs
yeah.
that can run and hold the ball, be able to be solid at the back, and so that that's it.
Yeah. Do you think the problem with these guys is that all these Indian boys they don't want to leave England? Most of them don't want to leave. Do you think that
Yeah,
one is also part of the factor?
I don't think it's just the Ini boys. It's a lot of players. It's their comfort zone. It's
Mm-hmm.
not really that easy to move away from your comfort zone. I'll give you an example. Subimendi, for the major part of his career, has been playing in Atletico. I've been playing in Real Sociedad, not just until now when he's moving in Arsenal. Is that basketball? He
Mm-hmm.
loves his place. He doesn't want to move. Last season, when he was going to move, when there were suggestions of him moving to Liverpool, they used it to convince him, oh, the food, the mountains. So that's where he's comfortable at.
Mm-hmm.
Another example is Nico Williams that
Mm-hmm.
will be moving to Barca now.
Mm-hmm.
He's so comfortable in Spain. He had
Mm-hmm.
other, but he bent. He said, okay, until he goes to Barca is a big club, but he also doesn't want to leave his comfort
Mm-hmm.
zone. And so that's it for also the Indian boys. That's their comfort zone. That's where they feel most comfortable. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could see Ola that went to Torino at the
Yes,
slightest opportunity to come back to England. He was on the
completely.
next plane to England. So
Yeah, I want to ask you if this guy should end his career today in Super Eagles, how will you rate him? How will you remember him?
A faithful servant. That's it.
Nothing exceptional.
He nothing exceptional. It was just one of the players that came, had a couple of matches. Nothing exceptional.
Hmm?
Nothing exceptional.
Okay,
It
okay.
is not like the likes of Ekong did not win any, has not won anything with Super Eagles yet,
Mm-hmm.
but that Ekong has been a leader, a standout. We've known him as the Rainbow Wall during when what's his name? This is our German coach
Get a draw.
from when Genetro was there, how they were solid, took us to the World Cup, had great performances, played at the Olympics. He had standout moments. I don't think Shimi Ajayi has had any standout moment or
Mm-hmm.
any standout competition for
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I can
So
say,
from
oh, it was part of the top three performances in this competition. So it's
mm,
just a loyal, faithful servant who on his day, every match day, does his thing for Nigeria and
yeah.
moves ahead.
So another player is the man himself, Leon
Mm.
Balogun. Has joined. Move on to Aris. That's in Greece. This man at 36 or 37, it was 1988. I think he's 36 years of age.
Yeah, it's about 36, 37.
36 or 7. For him to still be moving abroad, not staying in his comfort area. How can you compare that 77 year? And how do you rate this move to?
Yeah, um, Leon is not really but I think he has Dutch background. I'm not
Mm-hmm,
sure.
mm-hmm,
So he's an European based, like Euro-born person. Oh,
mm-hmm,
sorry, Germany, who has moved all across. So he's comfortable moving here and there, been
mm-hmm.
to Rangers, been so it's had a
Yeah,
different story to him.
writing.
Exactly. And he's had a different story to him. And he's
Mm-hmm,
still moving in. If you see, he's still moving in and around Europe.
mm-hmm.
He's still
Yeah.
moving in and around Europe. So
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
So for me, I'm really actually was
And
happy
and
that
and and Leon Balogun is also, you can see, he's also strategically picking the kind of leagues he goes to. He
yeah,
knows that he cannot be at that very high level, high intensity league again. So he
mm-hmm,
goes to leagues where the pace is not slow, but also
mm-hmm,
not so high. So
mm. I want to now ask you this question. Do you think if you are to rate this Len Walugun's career in national team, I know that he's got a lot of caps as a young guy, but but how far do you think Balogun is ahead of Sema Jai in the national team? Do you
uh,
think
uh,
the gap is too much
it-
or
mm, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll rate Semi Ajayi's national team career as a 5, and I'll give Leon Balogun as a 7. Not
okay?
that is the gap is not extremely wide, but
Mhm. There's a
there's a big
difference.
margin.
Yeah. So that is I will wish Balogun the very best of luck. And that transfer, as I'm hearing that it's already happening. Is Kenneth Omenro is moving to Romanian Giants, CFR Cluj. Romanian Giants. They didn't win the league last year. And they came second in Romania. I'm hearing that the move is almost here we go. This is a guy that is well traveled, from his days in Chelsea, Middlesbrough, Kasimpasa, it's like a shoulder in Kasimpasa, Leganis and everything. What do you think Kenneth Omery should be looking for now in his career?
I think Kenneth is at a level where it's just to play football, enjoy the game.
Mm-hmm,
Um, Also get a better understanding about, because I think I'd watch an interview where he was talking about, maybe being a coach. So I think he's
mm-hmm,
just also trying to become very fast in his knowledge of football, also
mm-hmm,
trying to get to understand how other places work compared to other places he has been before.
mm-hmm,
He's also had a lot of injury setbacks.
mm-hmm,
So I think he's just also taking it slowly and at his own pace. But
mm-hmm,
it's not going to go to, I don't think you would see Kenneth again going to maybe French league or the
mm-hmm,
Spanish league. It's just going to be in and around the lower leagues in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows that he's not at that. I believe, I don't know. I believe that he knows he's not at that top level again because of injuries and circumstances of what has happened to him, unfortunately. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that a move to Saudi Arabia should be on this priority list?
Oh, I watched Al Ahly versus Real Madrid, and I did not know that the quality in those Saudi teams are that high. Uh, because yeah, it wouldn't be bad for him. I think a lot of us underrate what the quality in Saudi league. I said to a friend, I think I see why Ronaldo now has not won a championship, because you having a team that has Bono, has Koulibaly, has Malcolm, has Lodi, eh, Neves. That's a very good team. They might not be at that level at which way they were in Europe, but those
Mm-hmm.
guys are quality players.
Mm-hmm.
So
And they also have
for
Inzaghi.
exactly, they have Inzaghi as a coach. So for you to be going there, you might not be at the highest top level of performing level when you're prime, but you
Yeah,
need to be good.
yeah, yeah.
You need you need to be good.
I really actually would agree with you that Saudi League is not that bad. It's just like some specific teams there are stronger than the other one. So
Yeah.
just like the other teams. So it's transfer that is almost done. Try to like fan drive again. I got this.
OJB,
Simon Moses is on the verge of joining Paris
Paris
FC.
FC.
I'm very just newly promoted Paris FC, highly ambitious Paris FC. So Musama has been in London for a long time. We know the reason why he's been there, maybe probably for family reasons and everything. So now he's on the verge of joining Paris FC. He said he's going to be earning close like 300,000 euros in a what's it called in a month, which actually what is massive. I think it's a very big increase from his previous salary. So I just think that I think it's not bad if he could stay in France, maybe try and sort out maybe what he wants to sort out. So I don't know, maybe his immigration and things like that. There's nothing bad in that. So and he's also going
Yeah,
to so how do
yeah.
you rate this book?
When I saw the move, I'll be honest with you, I was shocked because a team that is just promoted is very risky.
Mm-hmm,
Because one thing a lot of teams, that's the ability to be able to stay back at the top, and
mm-hmm,
because that's the first step.
mm-hmm,
If they get relegated, what would then happen? Because
mm-hmm,
it's very risky when you're the the move. I don't know about the same thing, but in the English league, we all know that the chances of you going back down is very, very high.
mm-hmm.
And so,
Yeah.
like, except you put like a relegation clause that
Mm-hmm,
there's this certain amount whereby if you get relegated, you can sell me for.
yeah.
So, other than that, I think that maybe he will be the star man in the team
Mm-hmm.
because he's had the experience in the French league. So let's see. But if it was left to me and he asked for my advice, I would have said he should stay announced because it's quite
Yeah.
tricky. It's quite tricky.
Yes. Yeah. So for me, I also think it's
Except maybe Paris FC have other quality players that they are also going to add. Maybe as not as high quality, but at least people quality around him. Because if you're carrying the team alone, if he's the only one that's going to be signed, then that's going to be a big body and tax on him.
yes. For me, I think it's a very big risk. We have to be honest with ourselves. But the issue is that the club too, they are also looking for ways to
Ambitious.
get very good players. So if they can get very good players in what's it called
Yeah,
in the
I
French
think there are a lot of talents in the smaller teams in the in the in Ligue 1. Go to Rennes, you see
yes,
quality young boy.
yes,
There's a boy presently in Lille, Boadid. I can't don't know if I'm pro that boy is 17 and the quality is producing is at a very
yes,
top level. It's at a very
yes.
top level. So
So So I just wish him the very best of luck. If we go relegation for League Two, we go hard though. For Super you call up. I won't lie to you.
Exactly.
So and let me just do a quick advertisement quickly from one of our partners before we move on. So just a quick advert. Guys, like the video, share the video, click on that dollar sign. Yeah, ask me a question here. You guys will answer without super chat. Okay. So let me just uh, quickly put out. This is there's going to be an event coming up. Is the Nigerian France Sports Award this year again, the third edition. So let me just put it here. Save the date. So it's on the 20th of October, 2025, at the 60 Jardin Van. Is it Vami? So if I'm French, you will know how to pronounce this thing very well. So this is a Nigerian Sport Award. So you should know that these are the pictures from the last award. You can see the man going to Paris FC there in the middle, and that's the person on the right is Mr. Zulu. That's the special advisor to the Mr. President on grassroots football. So a lovely event last year. There's going to be another one coming up this year, October 20, powered by our man, OJB Sports, based in
Big
Paris.
shout out to OJB. Big
Yes,
shout out
OJB
to
Sports.
OJB.
So it's going to be live again this year, October 20. So guys, keep the date. If you are in France, you are in UK, you want to attend, just shout out, give me a shout out. So that you would attend to you. Or if you want to attend, you can even contact me. I will link you to OJB Sports. Very lovely event. This year is going to be even more colorful because a lot of people are trooping in, and you can even meet people there. If you have businesses, you have connect, you are people that you want connection, you want this, you want to meet somebody, come there. It's okay. It's good. It was actually a very lovely event last year. So that is that on OJB Sport. I'll still talk about it later in the show. So another transfer that is I'm hearing that it might be happening next week is a Nigerian player called Rafiu Durosimi.
Hmm.
I'm hearing that is on the verge of joining Wolverhampton Wanderers,
Wanderers.
English Premier League. He said that the coach requested that the boy should be signed. The boy plays for Victoria Pleasant in the Czech Republic. So, and this is coming from Football Insider that the the deal is almost done. That they were
Hmm.
even negotiating with this boy long time ago. I think he got injured. He came back. They are now back on his matter again. And now the coach that gave them survivor last year is now asking them to go ahead for this Rafi Rosemi. So this boy will be moving from Czech Republic to the English Premier League. We know how tough it is in the English Premier League. And then what's okay, what do coming from Czech Republic? We know that Thomas Tuchel, the guy that the West Ham guy, he came from Czech Republic and he did so well in the English Premier League. So
Yeah, but
me,
the thing that is always the issue is that transition, even for top players, is never the easiest.
mm, mm,
If you remember, look at Rodri in his first season, he was not so great. Thomas Partey in his first season was not
mm,
so great because acclimatizing to the league is not easy. This is
mm,
People say it is a lot of intensity, it's a lot of running and all of
mm,
that. So maybe the first season will be a season to acclimatize, and there are
mm,
some players that they get it go running immediately because the Czech Republic will be at a very, very slower pace
mm,
compared to the English Premier League.
yeah,
Maybe in the first half of the season, it might not get it running, and second half of the season kicks, it gets running. So, but hopefully, I hope that they acclimatize in time for the coach to want him. That means he really trusts him, and they've lost Konya now and Antnori.
yeah.
So
That's
I'm
the
sure
major
they'll,
reason. Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure they are trying to look for players to build their
Mm-hmm.
team around again and be sure that they stay up because I think they fought relegation battles for a large part chunk of the season
Yeah.
last season. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure they wouldn't want that again this season.
Yeah.
And if they believe is one of the players that is going to do it for them, then let's see how he fare in the Premier League, and I wish him all the best.
For me, I've watched this guy play before. What I can tell you guys is that this boy is fantastic player. If not because of injury.
Is he an attacker?
Yeah, he's an attacker. He's a fantastic player. I've watched him play in the Europa League. I watched him against Lazio. I watched him in his league. He's a very, very good player. A very, very good player. He's a guy that that's why I was saying that if this guy joined a club now and the guy start performing well before the next international break, you just realize that this guy actually was going to pick. But for me, I think he's already on the radar of Eric Shell. So I think he's a very good player. I wish him the best. But what I know is that they are very close. I think the fees are in the region of like £10 million. So it's not really expensive. If it's how much is Kunya?
Korea was 60 million.
Okay, so they sold him 60 million. So if
Yes, they
you
sold him for 60 million.
it's like you have 16 naira now and you're taking 10 naira. You have you still have 50 naira in your pocket.
And I'm very sure that the 10 million naira is going to be like maybe 7 million plus 3 million add-ons.
Yeah,
And that 10 million will be paid for maybe over 4 seasons and all of
yeah,
that.
yeah. And one thing about the guy is that he's different from the strikers we have. This guy can use the ball very well. That's one good thing about the guy. He's a lanky guy too, but he can use the ball very well. So, before I will go from this guy's matter, if a coach survives Premier League in one season, what should be the target for next season?
It depends on what the board, the targets the board is setting for him.
Mm-hmm,
But realistically, when survive
mm-hmm,
relegation,
mm-hmm.
the next thing is to take the jump. Leave that if you finished 16th, your target should be in, let's be in 10 to 13th.
Mm, mm, mm.
10 to 13, mid-table.
Mutable,
Let's ensure
mutable.
we can finish in mid-table.
Mm,
That should be the next goal.
yeah,
Except
yeah,
maybe there's a very massive investment. When I
yes.
say massive, maybe over 300 million pounds of
Mm-hmm.
investment. Then you
Investment.
should be looking to finish in a top half of the table.
Oh. So that is that we wish Sharafi Durosimi. I'm hearing that the transfer is very close. It's just the one sleeping at the radar is actually what very close.
In Fabrizio's words, it's hot days. It's getting
Yeah,
hot. The deal is getting hot.
yeah, it's getting out. So another transfer that has already happened is a 1 year deal. He's Nigerian defender Jordan Torinaga. Made his debut for Nigeria, under Jose Casero. He went back to Germany to join his former coach in the German youth system. Hamburg. Hamburg is used to be a very strong side in the olden days, that.
Yeah.
But now they're back in the German Bundesliga. So he signed a 1 year contract with them. So Jordan has not have enough, playing time with Super Eagles. But the issue is that it's not been like top performer for Gent. To be honest, he was so good for Hertha Berlin when he was in German Bundesliga. But now that he's in France, we wish him the very best of luck. If he gets more playing time, he gets called up under Eric Shell. I know that for sure. But he just needs to get that fitness back. If he can get that fitness back, I think that Jordan can actually do well. But I want to ask you about this next guy. He's Polonoashu. It's like there's a love between Turkey and Polonoashu. He's on his way back. His teammate Kamaldeen Sulaimana is going to Atalanta,
Atlanta.
and this guy is going to Turkey. So, do you think that now justice level with that?
Yeah. I believe that.
And why is Arsenal
That's
not
his.
signing this guy?
Which guy? Why is why is Barcelona not signing this guy?
Okay, no wala.
I believe that honestly, that's his level. I think when he was there, he got 30, it was not 20 or 30 goals. I believe that's his level. They have seen him do it there, and so they believe that let's just bring him back. He's going to get the goals for them.
Mhm.
It's been like just that's like I say, it's a very much slower league. The pace and intensity is not as high as the Premier League. In the Turkish league, if Onuachu before he scores can take 3 or 4 touches, in the Premier League, your first touch has to be the goal.
Mm-hmm.
And when,
Yes.
if you're not shooting with your first touch has to be taking you directly to the keeper where
Mm-hmm.
you want to
Yes.
place your finish.
Yeah, I agree.
But in the Turkish league, you probably can take 3, 4 touches. You are not going to get that space in the Premier League. The
Mm-hmm.
Premier League is the Premier League is it move, everything moves in the twinkle of an eye. While most majority leagues that's not the case. So
Mm-hmm.
that's his level. Did he get, I think he got one Premier League goal last season.
Yeah, I think he got one Premier League goal last season. So he had some good performances actually, but I think overall it's one Premier League goal. So and okay, well, we wish him actually what the very best of luck. We hope that he can actually do well for Nigeria and also for his own club side. So and there's we also wish so many transfers to actually what they're coming up, but for me, I
Well,
just
we're waiting for the big transfers.
for the big transfers to actually want to come up. These ones are just quick transfer. There's also a transfer about one boy called Eti. The boy has moved from CD Mafra to what's it called, to Midland in Belgium. So moving from CD Mafra to Midland in Belgium, they're like sister clubs, So I wouldn't say much about it. They're like sister clubs. They sell players for each other. So, in my own opinion, I don't expect,
Just
Well,
like
let's
just
wait.
like just like Brighton and USG in Belgium.
Yes, yeah, Senegal is still players for sure for themselves. So let's see exactly what they can actually they can actually what to do. So thank you for another super chat, guys. Super chats, keep it coming, guys. Thank you. Keep it coming, guys. And like the video about all 100 people watching. And how many likes do we have here now? 100 people watching. Okay, I think we have 34 likes or so. What less than half likes. This guys here. 34, okay, 34 likes, 34, 33 likes. Guys, like the video more. Guys, you have to put super chat. I can put your comment on the screen. So thank you, Remy Ali. Thank you, Remy Ali, for your support. Remy Ali supported last week. Thank you, Remy Ali, for your support. We are sure we appreciate you for that. Thank you. So 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 that is actually what that's on the transfer. So, now this is our discussion part. So I'm going to try and bring people on. I know that if you still have time, you can. I know that you're a very busy man, but I want to talk about this discussion part because there's a news coming out from the NFF and that NFF is going to
They
open disciplinary measures against Victor Boniface. So this was his story. Victor
because
Boniface.
he posted that he's
Yeah,
retiring
yeah.
from.
Let me just give you some background to that. I want to ask you one particular question there. He posted a picture that is done with national team and saying thank you. I think maybe probably some minutes later, he actually would get those pictures and say it was a joke, and that was how it is. Okay, well, your face, guys can joke very well. Okay, but those that took this matter up, they're like, you are joking with our national team. National team is for the whole of Nigeria. You are playing with us. If you know that you want to retire from national team, you should have discussion with the coach, have discussion with the players, and post it as okay. I'm done. Nobody will stop you. But you say you are
Mm,
joking. So it's like you are toying with the Super Eagle of Nigeria. The Super Eagle is bigger than anybody. Yes, they have a point. And secondly, too, some people also say, okay, is it double standard? If a player that is highly favored, you know, maybe caught up in all these things, will the NFF react the same way
mm.
to the way they actually were trying to react? There's not be an official statement, but I'm hearing that they want to take it up. So, Abada, my first question to you about this matter is this. When I was growing up, national team is a dream
Mm,
for every Nigerian player.
mm,
And if you play national team, your family will be so celebrated. You don't joke with national team like this. So do you think that is a big insult for Victor Boniface to treat us this way, to insult us this way? Do you think it's a big insult? Do you think it's a slap on our face?
First things first, Victor Boniface, he said it was a joke, but I believe it was born out of frustration.
Mm-hmm.
That comment he made was born out of frustration. The games he has tried, like he's been on. It's for some game. Let's be honest, he's been unlucky. And
Mm-hmm.
coming in, Tolu Arokodare was out. Tolu was lucky. It
Mm-hmm.
was a good finish, but he was lucky to be at the right place at the right moment.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also, um, I would fault him and I wouldn't fault him.
Mm-hmm.
But they have watered down the quality and the prestige of being a Super Eagles player.
Yes, that is my problem.
It's
Continue,
been
sorry, continue.
it's been watered down. So when a player does this, you wouldn't blame him. But
Mm-hmm.
also on his
With
end,
the whole country.
he should be a professional. He should know what it means to carry and wear the badge of the Super Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
And so you should know that some words, some things you say, it carries weight.
Mm-hmm.
And when you as a Super Eagles player representing Nigeria at the highest level, some
Mm-hmm.
things should not be said.
Hmm.
Some things, whether joke or being playful, should be very cautious of what you say. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like Tony Cruz just going because maybe he missed penalty and I say, I'm retiring from Germany. Okay, sorry, I was joking. I'm not. Come on, you wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also what the the precedent that has been set by the NFF, the people managing the Super Eagles, has been bad.
Mm-hmm.
So when players misbehave, there's nobody to caution them
Mm-hmm.
because the people that want to caution them are not even doing things the right way.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
There's no structure. Things are not in place. Things are not working well.
Hmm. 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 So I have to be honest
E-
with you.
even in the English national team, there are certain things when you're in the England camp. Anything about the team, you cannot post it except you seek approval from the team manager.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That structure, that is structure. We don't have that structure in the Super Eagles. We don't have that structure in our national teams. So
Mm-hmm.
why would the players not act recklessly?
Hmm. Hmm. Now that you right, you address this thing very well, and I don't know how to actually want to describe it, but what I can say basically is that you are right that they don't water down, playing for Nigeria, and in my own opinion, you are toying with the property of how many million people, how many are we now? 250 million people. For me, I just think that the NFF should take it easy. But for me, I think he's out of it. So I have a lot of guests actually what here. So let me just one by one. Let's just actually want to bring them in one by one. So I think the first person that joined is Hazuko Inde. Actually, what join? That's my man. I don't know why he's wearing jacket when it's too hot. I don't know why he's wearing.
It is very hot.
Ah,
Very odd. I don't want to be naked. I'm actually
okay.
naked.
So,
But yeah.
yeah, Oladipo, thanks for Ashworth for joining. So, sorry, before
Mhm.
you say anything, let me just try and read that. Sorry, I can see you in the back end too. So, thank you for supervisor just NFF at pedigree. Okay, that talk on that quickly. Because
Uh,
NFF at
Yeah,
pedigree.
he has like I said, they don't have any pedigree. I saw a news from I can't remember his name saying Rashida Tajibadi has already told the NFF that the bonuses that they are owing them that they have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Mm-hmm. That's
How can you have the heart and the guts to
mm-hmm.
speak to these players when the right things are not being done?
Mm, mm,
You hold players.
mm.
There's no pedigree.
Yeah.
You don't they don't have they don't even have shame. They are
Mm,
shameless.
mm.
They come on.
So I know that you're going to go now very soon. So that NFF has destroyed every So NFF has destroyed every honor too that you have should be being an advocate. So for me, I agree with you.
Exactly.
So that was that. So, thank you for your time.
Oh,
We actually
before I leave, like they call every Tom, Dick, and Harry to the national team now.
yes, yes, yes. Anybody that anywhere, anyhow, they just for me, I think they should actually initiate them what you should do national team and what should not do national team. Uh, Thank you, Dabada, for your time.
So
So,
like we'll speak and by God's grace next week again we'll be back.
all right. Cheers,
Yeah,
Dabada. Thank you.
cheers.
Yeah. So that's my very good friend Dabada. Busy but looking for time. So, other people, let me hear
Yeah,
from you.
good
So I have,
evening.
I have Umbo Henry, I have IoT, Monso. I don't know. I know that IoT will stay. Okay. Let me just try and bring to people directly here. Okay. I'm worried. What are you doing? This is wrong with this man. Yeah, Olajupo, let me hear from you.
Yeah,
I have Monsor waiting, and I just so I can see you guys. So, Olajupo, let me hear from you.
okay. Firstly, I wanted to say, Dagbada, I didn't agree with him with Ajayi's this thing because I think aside the goals Trustekong gives us, I don't see any difference between Trustekong and Ajayi.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, to be very honest, I really I really don't see much difference within between the two. It's just that he's the quiet type. You rarely see his job. When Mikel was in Chelsea, you rarely see his job. Now everybody is saying, "Oh, what a player we used to have! What a player we used to have!" But it's just that quiet type. He doesn't talk too much. This is a defender that has had 2 goals. Boniface has not had any goal. Respectfully, I'm not shading him, but I mean, he's a defender still.
Who?
What you weird? What I said?
Okay, 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 okay.
but yeah, Ajayi is. I mean, I like his game. Like Humble said, I would give him 6.5. Well,
Will you call him a super eagle legend?
will I what?
Will you call Ajayi a super eagle legend?
No, no, not a legend,
Will you
but
call Ekong a legend?
yeah, because he has scored in the most important time. I can't call him a legend, but he's an important player for Nigeria. But I can't call him a legend. No, a
You can't
legend.
call
No.
Ekong a legend? Okay, all right,
No, 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 no. I can't call him a
okay,
legend. But
okay.
yeah, Ajayi should not be that disrespected. We should. I'm happy with his move. At least he got if Uncle K got this kind of deal he had, Uncle K will be posting everywhere that he has a new deal with All City. So I mean, there's still chance for him to, yeah. But yeah, moving to this Boniface and MFF thing, I feel like the fact that these people have the wrong people are handling our football, it has watered down our football. Like that brother said, you will never you will if you are a footballer in the UK, you are working for the UK government, you can never post anything online. You can never talk more of. I mean, you are a player for Nigeria Super Eagles, and I don't think it was a joke when he posted it. It was actually the way he felt, and I understand it's the child in him that did what he did, but
Mm-hmm.
he should stand with it. He shouldn't come back to say he's joking. If he says he's joking, that means Nigeria is a joke if they allow him to come back and play. Nigeria is a joke. How would you joke with a whole 200 million Nigerians that you are joking? You don't you are not actually going to retire. And I bet I can tell you that it was someone that said, what are you doing? Why would you put something like that? Then he had to bring it down and then say he was joking. And
Mm-hmm.
the way he's showing some sense of lackadaisical attitude, it's easier to say. I mean, I don't want to say this, but it's easier to say he's not doing like he earned the call up he's been having. He's doing it like he's just. I mean, yeah, I know who to. talk to, and I'll get the call up again. It's not doing like it cherishes that call up.
Hmm.
Let's even forget about Osime or this thing. If Trustekong, if he has any, even though he knows he's a say all-time member of the Super Eagles, if any call up comes up now and his name is there, he's going to repost it. He's very happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is very happy about the call up. These guys, they are big boys in their club in Premier League. They are superstars in England, and they are happy to see their names on call up. Is to tell you how much they cherish that thing. But
Mm-hmm.
Boniface don't act like he cherishes it. He doesn't even see it as something, that I don't know. Maybe I don't know how to put it into words. So maybe the best thing is to just give him a proper sanction. I know many people are ready to say, when the Osimhen did this, they didn't do that. He has ended it. At the end of the day, he has ended it. If Ronaldo of Portugal, if he does something like or this thing, they'll forgive him and move on. You can't be not adding anything to the team and trying to play it down like that. So they should do something to it so that you can't be joking with us like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my take.
Oh, thank you, Azuko. So that's for me. I don't know, maybe if anybody wants to add any report, any for that one. So, but okay. Well, I think everybody is actually choosing your own side too. But I think I have to agree with you on that. There should be like a code of conduct. There should be like the way you manage your social media in the national team too. Though there have been issues of like somebody going on live too, but that was not in Super Eagles camp. We have to be honest. That was not during camp. This Boniface post was during Super Eagles camp when for me, somebody can just not cannot play on our intelligence. And thinking that it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie. For example, now somebody went to go and see something, say, I'm say I'm joking. Which joking are you joking? No, it's not. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. And I have it from when I was discussing about this all this African issue yesterday. The guy needs to add more seriousness to this game. The coach, I don't want to say what the coach actually was said, but I think the guy needs to add more seriousness to his game so that at the end of the day we can also support him. So thank you, Hadibo, for your contribution. Thank you. So let me just bring and let's see. So just let's you go. Just to do them quickly. Who is next? Okay, Umbari. So to take quickly before I take. Let me bring Lisa.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me start from Leon
Come
Balogo
in the
and
chat, and I just.
Sinaja.
I know you're going to stay longer, so I'm just going to keep you slightly. I'm going. I'm going to bring you very soon. Umbari, quickly.
Yeah. Let me start from Leon Balogo and Semia Ajayi.
Mm-hmm.
For now, I give Semia Ajayi 6.5 over 10. I give Leon 5 over 10.
Why do you give Leon 5/10?
He only won bronze.
Yeah,
He only won bronze.
bronze at the Afcon.
Yeah.
He won bronze at the Afcon. Samuel Ajayi won silver. So, but what about their individual ability
I'm,
for the national
I'm,
team?
I'm coming. Semia Ajayi is still playing.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? He might
Who is still
want.
playing too?
Semia Ajayi is still playing
Mm-hmm.
for the national team. Balogo is not playing.
He's not retired yet. He wasn't selected.
We are talking about national team.
Yes.
So if he is not playing and Semia Ajayi is still playing, and if Semia Ajayi go for World Cup, if we qualify, go for AFCON, play against South Africa, what are we talking?
So you think that Samuel Ajayi is more successful?
At his stance right now,
Has Samuel Ajayi been to the World Cup before?
he's going. That's why I said at the moment, Semia Ajayi will be going for World Cup if we qualify for World Cup. He will be going for another AFCON.
Okay.
You see my point? And if we win AFCON, another trophy for on to his name.
There's a big if there. Well, yeah. Okay, on Boniface matter.
So, yeah, that's how I look at it. Assuming that Leon Balogun is still playing at the national team, I would say yes. And I know that Coach Eric like Ajayi because of how tall he is in all those things. That's my own take. Now, concerning about the Falcons. Okay. I don't know how they take Odega ahead of Gift Monday.
You'll be experienced.
Okay.
She's won the AFCON before.
If it becomes yes, and I will also love Musa to be in AFCON. The same experience. Yes. If Ortega will go for AFCON, Musa have to be in AFCON.
Yeah.
That is it. So let's balance it. So if it is experience, Musa have experience. Yeah. If Gift Monday is playing in America, where they value women football, and they pick somebody who is in Saudi Arabia ahead of him, I wish them all the best. I wish them success. If it's experience, no problem. Then another thing concerned about Victor Boniface issue. Should I blame him? How can I blame him? I will not blame him. In fact, I was blaming him before. I don't need to blame him. The people who are in charge of our football, did they have integrity? They don't have. They don't care. There's no rules and regulation. So anyone can do anything they want. That's the only thing I can say on this issue.
Okay. So you think that is the NFF can actually punish Boniface, and there's nothing actually what happened on that.
If they want to punish him,
yeah.
If they want to punish him, they look at the reasons why he did what he did. Because you are in camp, you just with your phone, pro. Okay. If they want to punish him, fine. Why will you punish him? Musa left the camp.
Yeah.
Why will you punish him? Musa left the camp, and he said he wants to go to.
Musa left the camp. Maybe he was excused too by the coach.
Excused by how? Excused by how? It's a game planned. Let's be honest to ourselves. You know you have a wedding. You want to come. That is no excuse. If it is injury, family problem, that one is out. But this one, I want to wed. I'm going for wedding.
Okay.
So,
okay. Thank you, Omboy, for that contribution. And you made your point about the Falcons. For me too, I was slightly surprised that if Monday I didn't include that. Maybe probably I don't know. Maybe it's visa issue. I don't know, maybe any issue. No. I know. You can say it's visa issue now because it's America, which has sort of documents which cannot travel yet. I don't know. Maybe that one is visa issue. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe but she's doing well. That's the most important thing. So, but the guy will be going, and also wish her the very best of luck. I don't know. Maybe she's in the best shape for this tournament, but we only, to be honest with you, we only need like 18 players to win this tournament if you want to win it. So that's it. So, Umberi, thank you for actually joining. Just try and bring Adelson. Thank you, Umberi, for
okay.
Time. Thank you. So IoT, let me hear from you.
Good evening.
Good evening. So I know that we probably want to say some few things extra, but let me just hear
Yeah,
your
what do
initial.
you want me to talk about? That's the
No.
question.
You want to respond to the Falcons list? You know, you nod your head in
The
disagreement.
Falcons list, I want to record a video to post about that, but I can talk very briefly on it. But I want to save most of my thoughts for the video that I'm going to post on my channel tomorrow. Um, I think it's, there's no perfect list. I think we all know that at this point.
Mm-hmm.
There's some omissions that you raised that are worthy questions. I would have expected Rafael tomorrow to make the list.
Mm-hmm.
That is the reality of it. Give Monday's omission, I'm not too surprised by it. I understand that she's been informed this season. I understand that you're saying something like an Odega, even though I don't personally think that Odega is taking the spot of Gift Monday. But I understand why people are saying, "Oh, we give Monday's form. Why is she not there?" Some people have raised questions about Edna Imade. I think that Edna and Imade and the NFF are just not seeing each other on the same level right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as if they looked at her, considered her, then said no. They
Mm-hmm.
have just not looked at her yet.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the new girl, the Choma Okafor, who some people are wondering who she is.
Mm-hmm.
She's a college player. I'll talk about her a little bit more when I talk about it on my channel tomorrow. So overall, I think I spoke with Randy Waldrum earlier this week, and he said the Falcons can win the AFCON as long as the coach selects the right players.
Mm-hmm.
He said he doesn't think that the coaching is there, but that the players themselves have the ability to go there and win it because they want to reclaim the title. And I
Yeah.
feel the same way. I think this is a team that is good enough to win, despite whatever issues here and there that we might be wondering about. You guys raised questions about the goalkeeping situation, but I guess if not Tochukwu Oluehi, then who? Maybe Rachel Unachuku was one I was a little bit surprising because she wasn't even in the recent squads that they called up. So you'd have thought maybe they would call the Linda Jiwaku girl that they've been calling, but they just picked her from out of thin air. My own is the NFF needs to prepare the girls in the best way possible. They've announced two friendlies, the Portugal and the Ghana friendly.
Mm-hmm.
The Portugal one, I think, is fairly pointless
Mm-hmm.
because, and this is part of what I spoke about with Randy Waldrum. Why are we about to play WAFCON and then we're playing against Portugal?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand that it's a high-profile game. It's Portugal. They're inviting us. We'll make more money, or they'll cover out the logistics. Our girls will get a game. But there's no team that we're going to play at the WAFCON that is going to look like Portugal
Mm-hmm.
because none of the African teams play like them.
Mm-hmm.
So this would have been better served play maybe against Ivory Coast and Ghana, or playing against one Northern African side that is fairly decent. Maybe not, even if maybe they don't play Morocco, but it would have been better served playing against maybe Botswana is in our group. Find somebody that is in the AFCON that is not in our group, play them in a friendly play. It would have made more sense. But nevertheless, I think it's a good enough team to win the AFCON. I'll be supporting the girls. You guys know that I put the Falcons on my back. And I wish them all the best. I think we have a good chance of winning.
Yeah.
Sorry, before I'll just say, because this preparation thing, the interview that I did with Randy Waldrum is going to be out next week. But preparation was one of the big things that he kept talking about, and it's the same thing. The game that they're supposed to play against Portugal is on Wednesday. No, not Wednesday, Monday, 23rd. I believe that's Monday. They only had their first training session yesterday. List only, and even the training session that they had yesterday is only for the players that are on holiday in Nigeria. So the like Ajibade were not in that training session. Whoever is basically not in Nigeria at the moment, because the NFF did not fly them to Nigeria. So it's those that came to Nigeria for holiday that happen to be around. The NFF say, okay, come, let's train. Then they are going to play Portugal away. So they are going to, all meet. The ones from Nigeria will fly to Portugal. The ones that are already abroad, the Plumpters, the Alozis, blah, 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 they will fly to Portugal for the friendly. So technically, we can even say that camp has not opened yet. They are going to leave for the this thing tomorrow. So essentially, they are going to travel tomorrow, Saturday. Let's say they get to Portugal Saturday evening. Some might get there Sunday morning. Then they will play friendly against Portugal on Monday. When are they going to train? When are they going to, get things together? So the Portugal friendly is almost a nothing friendly. It's the Ghana one that maybe they would have had time to train. But then again, we have to realize they play Portugal on Monday. Then let's say they travel out of Portugal on Tuesday. They land in Africa on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Then they are going to play a game against Ghana on I think Ghana game is 26, so they are going to play a game against Ghana on Thursday. So they are really going to have only maybe 2-3 training sessions before they face Ghana in the friendly. And then they will train a little bit more before the WAFCON starts a week after that. So preparation is very, very sketchy and very, very tight. But I still believe strongly in the abilities of the players. But so that's that on WAFCON.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that contribution. So, also, what about the issue with Victor Boniface? What do you think about that? Because some people are thinking that, oh, you're already shaking your head in disapproval about that. That you can't just joke with the whole country like that. What's your take about that? Before I go to Charles, then I don't.
Sorry. Somebody said, did I get the dates wrong? Okay, no, sorry, I got that wrong. The Ghana game is on the 29th, not the 26th. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, it's on the 29th. That's 6 days after the Portugal game. So they come back. Let's say they will have three training sessions maybe before the Ghana game. As far as the Boniface one, I see my friend Adiola in the chat. She's Boniface's number one hater. So I see the thing is that
why you say she's hater?
She's always attacking Boniface. It's not a new thing. But I say it tongue in cheek. Like I don't mean she hates him, but when you say somebody's a hater, just always has something negative to say. That's even me assuming that that's a woman. It might be a man. But the whole thing with the Boniface issue, see, what he did was wrong. We've spoken about it before. I said it. He shouldn't have come out to make a comment like that. He walked it back quickly. He acts like he does not care, but I said this on the live that I think he cares. The reason why he made a statement like that is because he kind of expected that I did not score again, or people are going to come and attack me for it. Even like, remember when you made that comment of if he should score with his teeth? He replied in the comment section of my page that time. So he knows that people like you are there. I replied in the comment section.
What did you say?
I can't remember. I think he just laughed or something like that. So he knows that people are there that every time he plays and he does not score, are going to call him out on it. So I think that he wanted it. He was expecting the backlash. So he wanted to just get ahead of it, but he got ahead of it in a wrong way. The only thing that I disagree with is them trying to punish him for it. Why? Somebody in the comments said it. A reeks of double standards. That's the reality. Did they set clear guidelines that players should follow and he didn't follow, and then now he's being punished for it? If that's the case, maybe I'm not aware of the code of conduct, then fine, he deserves punishment. But if there is no code of conduct, if there are no guidelines that people have to follow, then you cannot now say you want to start with him. Because if you say you want to start with him, it gives the impression that, because things are not going well, now you're picking on him. When Osimhen did his own in the past, you even came out and you almost supported him more than you supported your coach at the time. Other people have brought people to camp. Other people have done different things. You've never punished them for it. So it just feels like, why is it now that you want to start enforcing this unwritten rules? So let them have a code of conduct. Let them have guidelines. Any player, including Boniface, Osimhen, Ekong, anybody that breaks those guidelines should be punished according to the guidelines. But as far as the guidelines do not exist, I don't think that you can just randomly pick this situation and say this is when you want to start having enforcement, because we know that things have been very lax in the NFF and in the Super Eagles. So that's how I feel about it.
Oh, well, thank you. We'll come back to you. Let me just ask Chas. Let me just hear from you quickly. Chas.
Yeah. So about this, what's it called? The Super Falcon AFCON. I wish them success. It's been long since when they won this. 2018, if I'm not mistaken. I wish them luck. I'm a little bit skeptical about the Coach Madugu. He was the assistant of Randy Waldrum. So, but my only problem is
what's that, coach?
Yeah. So my only problem is I don't like the way NFF is handling this women's stuff. They are not doing it like they care. Okay, previously, I think there was a previous international break. These women did not play any match. Why?
Like two wingers.
Why? Okay, now you have Portugal. We're playing Portugal on what, Monday, 23rd? Why is a European team? Why are we preparing for AFCON and we're playing a European team? Who does that?
Well, we're preparing for South Africa too now, and we're going to go and play Russia.
No, but who does? This is what I'm saying. Who does all that? It doesn't make sense. Sorry to say, it does not make sense. Why would they be doing that? This is the time for you to, okay, the new girl, the one from Malawi. What's her name? Choma Okafor, right? The one that dumped Malawi
She's not
for,
from Malawi. She's from Nigeria.
yeah, Nigerian dad Malawi. You don't understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Why don't you like use those matches to test her against African opponent? Because the way we play against Africa and European opponent are very, very different. I don't know why they do that. I don't like this. I wish them best. I wish them success. But NFL should stop doing this. Take these people as our equal. These women, they've tried for us. 10, almost what 9, they've been reigning champions, and the way they deal with ease and steez. So why are you punishing them and looking over them and belittling them and doing all this nonsense? It doesn't tell good of them. And also, Victor Boniface issue. See, I think we should cut Boniface slack. I feel like Boniface is not helping matters. I was watching that game against Russia when the midfielders were passing ball, likes of Uche, Moses and Boniface, those two were not helping matters. Sometimes you see Boniface dropping in deep. He will clash with Uche. I'm like, what's going on? Why are these two clashing? Is that they don't understand what's going on? You will see Simon. Simon will have the ball. There was a particular break. Simon had the ball. The whole place was open. Just one defender. Oh, yeah, give it to Boniface. He refused. And he lost the ball.
Hmm.
So my thing is we need to ask ourselves this question. Same thing as Ihan Chop. Is Boniface a number 9 or a number 10? Or is this one that can play off a second striker? Even if he says he play off the left hand side, can he track back? Does he have the stamina to track back?
Hmm.
Because I feel like most of these players we don't know how to use them. The likes of Ian Achop, people say yeah, I say Ian Achop is not the number 9. It's just like Uche. Now Uche went to get that fee. Then I'm a midfielder. They converted him to a striker. Fine, he will score goals, but that not mean that's his position. Just like Victor Moses, who started world as a winger, Conte converted him to right wing back. So they need to look at the way he's playing, integrate, like study his movements. I watch your analysis on Victor. He always drifting from the left, and
Hmm.
sadly we have unfortunately for him we have someone who's very good at that.
Yeah.
Lookman.
Sorry, I just hold a thought. I have to meet where yeah, his contribution is just like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. So Temitope, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, your contribution. Temitope.
First of all, leave Boniface alone. Falcons na problem.
Yeah, yeah. I think network with Temitope.
Falcons na problem.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to Odega in this team? Odega in this team. Hmm. Odega in this team. What the
I
was?
think yeah.
So I don't know Odega is in that team. I don't know why at all.
Okay.
I don't know Odega in this team. So I wish them best of luck.
All right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Temitope, for your contribution. Thank you, Temitope. So, Chas, sorry. Yeah. Continue, please, Chas.
So like I said, you need to sit down and study the guy. Look at his movement in his club. But Boniface is not helping matters. I'm sorry to say he's not like I don't see him being so serious. Okay, fine. That first match is that first half, they were not helping him out to press.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that they were not helping him out. He was doing everything by himself. It was second half. That if you notice that goal is God, that was everybody was marking it. It was a pressing trigger.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Boniface is not helping matter. He needs to be like really, really serious. Okay, Ten Hag is in Bayer Leverkusen. Ten Hag
Mm-hmm.
wanted to sell him. Ten Hag wants to
I
sell
don't think
again.
we can confirm that.
Yeah, I think I read it. They said Ten Hag is the one. I was hoping for Ten Hag to go with the young Boniface, but it looks like he values Patrick Sitch. I don't know why. And now Alonso is at Real Madrid. I'm trying to say Alonso will not buy him because Alonso will not buy him because look at what he did this past season. Boniface in his previous season Bayer Leverkusen scored
Was
almost 21 goals and assists, if I'm not
okay.
mistaken.
Yeah, you're right, Charles. So
So
for me, I have to agree with you in some areas too. That these things, like IoT, a lot of people agree with you. Say that when there is no law, there is no sin. That is one thing. Because, for example, now there is nobody is there's no code of conduct. So if you say that it's offending, what bring out the rule now? Let's see who is the offending. Is that okay? If Boniface now come and say, okay, oh, I'm sorry. In the panel when they said, because I say, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, what do you want to do? Do you want to say
no,
that you still want to punish him again?
no. My thing is this, like like I said, for now, this World Cup qualifiers, let him be dropped. For now,
Yes.
I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
Well, now let him
So
be dropped. He's a good player. I love him. I love.
yeah,
I watch him in Champions League. He's a
yeah,
very very good player.
yeah.
But for
Okay.
now, let
Yeah.
him be
Let me
dropped.
try. So I can be able to find more time too
Exactly.
to do his
Because if you
objective.
notice those matches we drew. Majority of them, he played like full 90, first half, sometimes second half. So
I think he played against Lesotho,
yeah, exactly,
290.
exactly.
Against Zimbabwe, he didn't start against Zimbabwe. Against South Africa. So that he came to camp over weight or so. Like he was really out
You
of game.
see, you
He
see.
played against Benin Republic in in Ivory Coast.
You
It
see,
was horrible in that game. So basically, the World Cup qualifier has been playing. I think it was not perfect.
that's what
So,
I'm
but
saying. That's what I'm
that
saying.
yeah,
If
yeah,
Nigeria really wants to qualify for this World Cup, for
yeah,
now, just drop him. So he
yeah,
take
yeah,
everything seriously.
yeah,
Even Simon
yeah,
Moses,
yeah,
Simon Moses on that left wing, I'm not
yeah,
trusting him.
yeah,
All this dribble, trying to take everybody on. I'm
yeah,
not liking it
yeah,
because if I feel like if we play against a low block team, a team that will just sit back, we struggle.
yeah. We
That was the
struggle.
same thing we have with Zimbabwe because he was always trying to take everybody on, and he's
Yeah,
not clinical.
yeah. So,
So
thank you, Chad, for that wonderful contribution. I enjoyed from the Falcons to about Boniface. But the issue is that we cannot just be singing in the same hymn book about Boniface. He also needs to change on his own side.
exactly,
But the only person I know that supports Boniface is probably the people he at the freeze, abi? At the freeze and and IoT. No, and Cubana chief freeze are even that support. I mean, okay, I'm very dark man. I'm very dark man, IoT and is that Boniface people. But I wish
sorry,
Boniface
sorry.
was
She's
so
like,
that's
she's
yeah.
like,
So just thank
sorry,
you for joining here.
no,
All
hold
right.
on. Sorry. Just wait, hang on. Do does Osimhen have a Pepsi sponsorship?
I think I think it does have a
IoT,
basis.
yeah, I was asking IoT. I'm sorry, IoT.
Not that I'm aware of.
Really? Wow, that is
Okay.
crazy.
All right. Thank you, Jack.
If we are going to the World Cup, they'll probably do something for the World Cup though.
Yeah. All right. All right. Thank you, Jack.
No problem.
Thank you for your contribution, guys. So let me just take chat. So I'll go to just try and bring out to the quite quickly. If I go to just for 10 seconds again. Temtokwe, you're back. Can you hear me
Yeah, I'm
now?
back. Can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
yeah, I can hear you now, Temtokwe.
So I think that for me, I don't care about Boniface issue.
Mm-hmm.
Falcons my problem. IoT. This guy in Spain, Edna. Do you want to play for Nigeria or not? That guy, another striker. What about him? About Nigerian Falcons? Why they not call him for the AFCON? Can you hear me, Ayo?
I don't know. See, I don't know the exact reason. Does she want to play for Nigeria? I'm
You're
inclined
supposed
to
to
think.
talk to
I'm
her now. Talk
inclined
to her.
to
Let's
think
know.
so. No,
Talk
see,
to her. Let's know.
I've had some chats with her. She
Okay.
sounds like somebody that is interested in Nigeria. But I don't know if it is a case of having to, maybe she doesn't have a Nigerian passport or one thing
Okay.
or the other. I don't know what it is exactly. But right now she's not really in the mix.
Okay. I don't understand what guy doing in this squad. Odega. Then we have what about Gift Monday? I know this girl. I don't know why they give that. Odega is old man. Odega play with this girl now. This is Falcon striker. That damn team. I know the guy that plays the guy in this team. I wish them best of luck.
All right. Thank you, Temitope.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah. So before yeah, thank you, Temitope. So thank you. So yeah, let me just ask you some few questions because today I want to make sure say I wrap it up. There's some topics we say I drop that can take us deep. But I want to make sure say I don't spend too much time today. But I just before I go out on your tell you to just send some things about people have been talking about the way we rank the players. I don't know what is the problem with people. If you want to go and rank your own, go and rank your own too. When it comes to abuse, that's what I don't know. Because hey, if you want to comment, go to eaglestracker.com and go and comment on it. Don't come and send me DM that the way I'm ranking player is not good. Why would I be ranking this player like that? Go and challenge me there. I'll come and challenge you there too. But let me just go to Idoson. I can think quickly. Question before I go over to IoT. Idoson, Remo Stars. I know that you are very comfortable with this thing. Remo Stars are trying to build a Galactico in Nigeria. They want to buy all the best players in the Nigerian Premier League and see if they can compete very well in the CAF Champions League. Do you think the idea will work for them? I don't know.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'll tell you doing. Let me just take it. I think they want to do what Eimba did. But mind you, Eimba did not buy those players. Eimba just invited some players to play for them at the continent. Why do they still playing for their clubs? Like players like Isewe, I think was playing for Plateau United then, but in Champions League was playing for Eimba. You know, I understand what Remo is trying to do. They want to get best of the best from the league and sign them so that they can have a very smooth sail at the continent. But why are they looking inward? Why can't they look outside of Nigeria? Remember, we used to have free punk. They can go to other West African countries, if possible, go to East Africa. You know, I always like to talk about Yanga and Simba. Go there and see the numbers of foreign players in those clubs. The guy that just moved now, as his key from Korova, there are players from Congo DR, there are players from Zambia. Go out, look at other players from other countries. Go and get Ghanaian players to push on midfield. Don't just look at the players that have been bid for charge. No, to me, I don't see MPFL as being a very serious league for now. Back then, when anybody did it, our league was still one of the best, unlike now. So I will advise the old owner of Remo Stars, Mr. Kuleshuname, you know, if you can just go to some African countries and get some of their players, even this best Nigerian player, Victorian Adebayo from Niger, you can get players like that. It's not in it's not in Azam. Go get players like that. So I want for them to go outside of Nigeria to get players. And if you ask the financial muscle, you can even go to South America and bring players. That's on my take on Remo Stars.
So, sorry, just a quick one to IoT. I forgot to ask him this question. This boy, you have been tracking for so long, and I'm hearing that his transfer is gathering momentum, playing the Premier League. So, do you think, how ready do you think this guy is?
I think it really depends on the coach and the system that he's playing under, honestly. He's a good player, decent in the air. He has good movement off the ball. He can finish. Good energy. I really think it just depends on the coach and the system that he plays. He plays under. I don't want to say he cannot do well in the Premier League. He can bang 10 goals maybe in a season to start. It really just depends on the system that he's playing under. We see a lot of players go to certain teams and they are not able to do well because they don't get opportunities, things like that. If he joins Wolves, I like Wolves. I like the football that they play in Wolves. I think they have a good core. I think they have decent players in their side. So I'm tipping him to do well. I really like him. I think he's a good player. I think he's a better footballer than, I don't want to name names. He's a better football player, just pure football player than some of the players that even play Super
Please,
Eagles.
please, name
So
names.
no, I don't want to start another argument. But
Is he better than Tujara Kodare?
it's not me that said it. You know,
No, I'm just saying.
Arokodare is at a higher level today. That's what I will say. Arokodare is at a higher level today.
In terms of talent, you know this guy
But
very well.
in terms of pure footballing ability, I think he has more ability. But obviously, ability is never enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of things have to fall in place. Your work ethic, you know, your drive, commitment, luck as well. Arokodare has shown a lot of hard work to get here, from Latvia to get to where he is today. He has done a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't want to disrespect Arokodare, but I do think that this guy has more pure footballing ability.
So I will wish him the very best of luck. You know, the move is that they have been talking to this guy for so long. So said now that the move is getting momentum, maybe he's going to replace Cunha. You know, I know that it's going to be a very big shoe to fill, but for me, I think this guy will play for Super Eagles. Do you think this guy will make his debut for Super Eagles before Olatunji of Sparta Prague?
Olatunji, I don't want to prophesy bad things, but I don't think Olatunji will ever play for Super Eagles.
Okay. Okay. Let me go back to I just quickly. I'm coming. So I just Falcons list. Any big omission?
Thank you very much. Well, I already said a lot about Imade, but looking at the list, I see only Askiponta as a potential left back. You know, Miracle Sani. I can't invite her ahead of Rafiat Imran. You know, I can't invite her ahead of Rafiat Imran. And on the goalkeepers, I would have loved Faith Omilano to be invited. I would love to be invited to come and understudy Shiamaka, because Olueyi, fine, she has served Nigeria, she's the worship leader, you know, of the team. But please, I don't know. Should we continue to invite players to our national team just for that, for a reason?
Apart from football, was the worship leader now, but it was eventually eventually dropped.
Yeah, but you know, I love it, Omilano, and I know I've been saying it, and Odega give Monday too. I was part of the omission. But your team, maybe where I'm done, you can answer the question of is Uchenna Kanu injured? But I don't know why she's not there. So now my question is, you know my stand when it comes to Nigerian coaches. You know my stand when it comes to Nigerian coaches. But when you give them the job, they want to pick players from the clubs and the coach. You know, once Nasarawa Amazon, okay, because you are my keeper, I have to invite you. And I've been against people clamoring for local coaches, you know, because they always go back to bring players and they love from their club, even though that player doesn't have the invitation. So that is my problem. That's on the Super Falcons. I think Odega, Imola, and Faith Omilano should have been included in the team. But like I already said, there's no perfect list. You know, there's no perfect list. But sometimes we have almost perfect list. So I have no choice and support the girls. I wish them well. We are going to support them. But let me just briefly touch on the transfers. You know, we have said that most English boys don't like to go out. I was expecting this guy, Ajayi, to follow the steps of Osho, maybe to go to France or Belgium, stuff like that. But he chose to stay in England, probably maybe because of his age. I don't know the reason, but he's a player that I always support his invitation because of his discipline and humility. I always support him because when I call him, he gives his own 100%. You know, his best might not be good enough, but he gives his best. You know, I don't know the guy are disciplined. They don't toy with the national team. On Leon Balogun, I wish him well. You know, he's age someone in his side, so he needs to go to a league where the tempo is not that hard. You know, I wish him well. It's a good one. Kenneth Romero, like I said, might want to be, maybe move to Sierra Cluj. Baba wants to play in the European competitions too. I know Sierra will play at maybe Conference League,
Europa League.
Europa League. Maybe Ati wants to go. Maybe if he goes to Europa League, I can tell he might attract some top clause. Moses Simon to Paris FC. I agree with you guys that joining a team that don't got promoted. These are the first time they've been in League One since 1979, in 46 years. You know,
But
and
they'll be paying 300,000 euros.
well, I know. Well, I'm not his father, but maybe about to look at his own retirement plan too. You know, everyone is in football just to make money. I'm telling you. But he has played in his national team already. So I like that even the team is trying to bring this guy from North, Pablo Rosario. Maybe they also get some players and can stay in the League One for some time.
Yeah.
They're all
Sorry, let me just say with Moses Simon, I think it's easy for us to just look at Paris FC and then not be happy with it. But Paris FC is just like joining Nottingham Forest 2 years ago. They have rich owners, they have ambitious owners. They are looking to sign players that will keep them up. Yes, the money is always a deciding factor, but they want to stay up. So they are buying players that they believe can help them stay up. And they've pinpointed Moses Simon as somebody that can help to achieve that goal. So it's kind of like, 2 years ago, somebody joining Nottingham Forest would have said, they're just coming up. But with the kind of ambition that Paris FC have, and that, it can, yes, if things don't go well, you can get relegated. I agree, and it will be bad. But it's a team with ambition. It's not like he's just signing for Southampton. They're actually a team with ambition.
I agree with you. I said I saw in the news too that they tried to buy Pablo Rosario. They are having to see me. Good job to the guy. I like him. Even when he went to, was it Cologne that he failed medical, so like that, he had injuries. Frankfurt, but the young man did not give up. And we saw what he did at for his club at the Europa League, and he tried his best. So the move coming, I think I'm not going to. I will have to support the guy. I wish him well. I want the move to materialize, and maybe he can give his best. For Wolves. That's that on that. And on Paul Onashu, Ali Baba must move now. If Turkey is a league where if he can give his best, or Turkey or Belgium, I think he should just move. Then Jonathan Torunariga. No, Germans like to travel. Germans travel. They're not like this. They're not like the British. They like to stay in their comfort zone. Germans travel. So Torunariga going back home. After his journey in Belgium, that's a good one. Now let me go to the last one. Victor Boniface. I'm not going to talk about football here. I'm just going to talk about what happened. But the question I asked you, that does NFF have pedigree? This badge we have been following for years. I knew when we had code of conduct national team, but now the people that want to ask him or deal with him, are they also disciplined? Thank God we all spoke the same way, in the same voice. The same people that invited players from academy to Spy Goose, job because we want to sell players. The same people that have been inviting some coaches, job for bad reasons, or the same people that have been that are free to pay players allowances, or the same Super Eagles that every Tom Dick and Harry can just go to the camp. Even when the players are there for business, for serious business. See, before NFF can deal with Boniface, NFF should deal with themselves internally. They deal with themselves internally, you know, and there's not apply any double standard. They should please they should please do total overhauling and come with the rules that will even be both the players and the coaches. So on that, Boniface messed up by posting that, and we are talking about it. But NFF should please leave that boy. They don't have the moral right to punish anybody. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Patrick, let me just hear from you. We're happy. I don't know why IoT. We still want to talk about the two interviews. I don't know why he left. If you stay there, you can come back IoT, because I think if person wants the interviews, and I don't even say him again. So yeah, Mr. Kingsley, just quick one before we're already wrapping it up.
So what is the topic?
No, we discussed about the transfers. We talked about Remo Stars trying to do like Enyimba. They're trying to get the best players in the Nigerian Premier League to play for them in the CAF Champions League. Is it a good idea or is it a bad idea? We'll talk about the Falcons list, that actually just came up. Who is missing and who should be there on the list and everything. We discussed that. And also to the NFF too, they are trying to punish Boniface because he said that he don't retire, in national team. And said that why would he be joking with about 250 million people? That is not what he can just say like that and go scot-free. So they want to punish him. So that's what we discussed today.
If I'm to start from the Enyimba, the Remo Stars, I think it's not a bad idea. I remember the Enyimba tried several coaches from Shaibu Amodu, Costa Popic, before they brought in Kadiri Kana.
And they even use Maurice Coman. They even use Maurice Coman.
Yes, Maurice Coman wants league for them.
Yeah, even Godwin Owa. Godwin Owa even won the league for them. But so because of the greed, asking Oji Ozokalu to pay him, Oji sacked him. So before that, 2000, I think the 2003, if I'm to remember, they had a lot of players from Jotes Frepong, from Ghana, Muri Ogumbi, from Benin Republic, David Takase,
Ahmed Gaba, Yaro.
Kanu Pillars, yes, and
Emeka Nwana Ayaya
from Rangers, and so they bought a lot of. Even there is this guy, my friend. He played for Sharks of Port Harcourt, Dolphin. They won the Ezeji. Vita Ezeji. I think he scored for Enyimba against Satellite of Guinea. They beat Satellite 3-0 in Aba and beat them 5-2 in Conakry. One of the was it the round of 16 or quarterfinal, if I'm to remember. So the import helped them. So I also remember the Wanyang 1988. They also came to the finals. They lost to Setif of Algeria. They beat them 1-0 in Adamasimba Stadium and lost 4-0 in Constantine. So there's also have a lot of foreign import, a lot of players like, if I remember, Andrew, who was there Friday, who came, from Babiola Babes. We have also this guy, what is his name? If I'm to remember then. So it's because of the players they pick poach from different teams that helped them to that finals. I remember they lost almost all their away matches. They won all their home matches and they lost away, but they won convincing, came to finals and lost that. And the one who did everything humanly possible to win that match, but that same problem of not having a home. You play in Owerri and then play final in Adamasingba Stadium. Because if they have played that final in first leg, Owerri, they could have beaten Setif, because Setif was relegated in Nigerian League that 1988. But they just like Wigan Athletic, they won the FA Cup 2013. I was relegated in Premier League. He said 2013. That's why we need the FA Cup. So the same thing happened to Setif. So what Remo Stars is doing is not bad. It's good, but if they can also have one or two foreign imports, just because I remember Inimba had Muri Ogumbi from Benin and Jotex Frepong from Ghana. So then with the respect to the Falcon list, I've not actually I was even asking question because I remember the list that they played. Is it Cameroon? They beat Cameroon, but I didn't see Ashley Plumpton there. I didn't see Oshoala in that list, so I was even confused whether this Magudu or Magadu, I can't remember why he omitted those. But I think from what I heard, they said they have included them for the Portugal friendly. So we see what they play. Even though when you are playing a competition in Africa, it's always good to play African opposition, because most friendly should be in alignment with the type of opponent you are going to play. I remember when we played Portugal. Why Portugal played us was because they were in the same group with Ghana in the World Cup, Qatar World Cup. So they felt Nigeria, we give them what to expect against Ghana in the World Cup.
Yeah.
So, so world friendly should be in alignment with the type of opponent. But it's not anyway bad playing Portugal, but playing an African team should have been
better. Yeah. For me, I like to ask you what I agree with you. I guess that for everything, it's not about money. There should be purpose of what you want to achieve. For example, now you say this thing now, because I was talking to somebody very close to the coach yesterday, the Super Eagles coach. We're just discussing, say, what is the aim for that Unity Cup? Did they achieve the aim? There should be a target for a specific thing. So, which I think that's one should be for Falcons too. And that's there's issue of branding, but there's going to be Mission X and everything. I know IoT, you have your own opinion about Mission X, which I think somebody asked me a question. Say, is Daniel Umede a good coach? See, currently I think they say he's the best coach in Nigeria. But I can tell you that he has played 6 CAF Cup games and he won only 1. So he won only 1. So for me,
it's not good enough. So the other thing was with Boniface. You asked, with respect to Boniface.
Okay, let's touch on that in 10 seconds quickly about Boniface.
Okay, with respect to the Boniface, I don't like the idea of punishing him. There's still other ways you can. It's there for the coach to decide. The coach can invite him and bench him. Punishment. I remember Westerhoff used to do it those days. To Samson Siatia. I remember when Nigeria lost 2-1 to Ivory Coast in the World Cup.
In Abidjan,
And Abidjan, Siasia had a pass to give to the king to make it Susie. In the first half, he was greedy, and after that match, Nigeria was in first half 1-0, came down and lost and considered 2 goals and lost 2-1. So the scapegoat was Samson Siasia, and Westerhoff, didn't say what Westerhoff did was invited him, no problem. He comes, he put him in the bench. I use Omokachi, and is persecute most of the matches. So there's other ways, but the idea of punishing him, I don't agree to that.
I think it's
It's
too
left
high.
to him to decide, what to do. But he's saying punishing somebody that is make a comment, it's not good enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Mr. Charles. So we'll go to GIT quickly. You want to, I know that you have some interviews that you coming up. There's one live today. They'll check it out, the ET ranks under edition, live today. So IoT, which one should I start with?
If you want to play the video now,
Yeah.
no, ET ranks first for sure.
The guy was so good that they named him twice, JJ. My love for him just dropped that match against Ghana in London.
Looking at the names who actually would have here, I will not put Vital Silva in the World Cup.
I'm going to have to put the great Haribo West in category. So like you're shaking your head, so that means you disagree with me.
I'm sorry, that's disrespectful.
On this episode of ET Ranks, we are going to be ranking the top 20 best and greatest Nigerian footballers of all time.
IoT, I will disagree with you 100%. Because putting Yeki number 5 is a sin to Nigerian football.
Are we talking based on sentiment or based on facts and figures?
Talking based on facts,
Everything.
you are committing the sin.
Yes, fine. Yakini is number 5, the greatest Nigerian player of all time. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. That was actually what ET ranks. I actually don't stop on that.
Yeah, another thing, this thing, I think I saw this, was it today or yesterday? You guys did that, and
It was today.
some of the ranking was questionable, which I don't know the criteria or yardstick you use in doing that ranking, because I don't know how you will put this guy ahead of Okocha that is even rated, even in all the way, is among the Nigerian players that anywhere in the world, if you mention Okocha, everybody knows his contribution. So I don't know how Sunday Olise should be higher than Okocha, because in any way, anywhere you go now, if you go to France now, everybody is talking about Okocha. If you go to even though you have stopped playing football for some years, so I don't know how you put Sunday Olise and this guy ahead of Okocha in that distance. Yeah, you was saying you are mentioning the match. Which match were you mentioning? There was match you said. Is it I guess friendly match? He said, I don't think it was friendly match. I think it was the World Cup qualifier.
It's a friendly match against Ghana.
This is, but that is not even enough reason for you to, demote him, because the guy is one of the guys that, when you talk of Nigerian football, people that has made them, there is no way. Even Okocha even though he didn't win African Football of the Year compared to Canada, won twice, but Okocha is even rated higher than Canada. Than even in that Premier League, even though he didn't win. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know.
Being glamorous is different from the actual thing we are using here. When it comes to commitment to national team and everything, I would say injury actually affected Olise's career. Olise's contribution to national team is far ahead of that of JJ.
Yeah.
I can count number of matches where JJ put in his best. Olise, all the matches he played for Nigeria, he was committed. Injury actually affected him, and I'm still saying it. Olise came above his time, and see, people don't see the work of Olise. People like dreamy. People like somebody that entertains. Maybe because Okocha was an entertainer, but Olise was an hard worker. Any day, anytime, I will put Sunday Okocha Olise ahead of us seeing JJ Okocha any day, anytime. Because the commitment. I
What
don't care about.
I don't
I,
agree with you with that.
I don't care about his performance for his club abroad. And mind you, Olise played for big clubs than JJ. He played for Juventus. He played for Borussia Dortmund.
He played for Borussia Dortmund. He played for Ajax, but all those things are just. Even though Okocha didn't play, Okocha still played for Eintracht Frankfurt, and Eintracht Frankfurt.
He was not a big team. When he played for Frankfurt, Frankfurt was not a big team.
Champions Cup 1960 with Real Madrid. Real Madrid beat them 70. You say it's not a big team.
Juventus won Champions League.
To won Champions League, you say it's not a big team, so I don't know what you.
Juventus won Champions League. PSG was not that Champions League team when they played.
The only thing with PSG was that they were not lucky. French teams were not lucky, apart from Olympique Marseille that won in 1992. But it doesn't mean that PSG, because they win the league, they play that Champions League, represent France all the time in that Champions League. I remember the culture's goal against the Deportivo da Corona was.
Go out, watch it. We gave reasons why we picked Olise. I had a coach, and I have my own reasons for example, in US 94, Nigeria scored like 9 goals. Olise assisted 5 of them.
That was only in the AFCON 1994.
I was just look at the winning goal against Spain.
Even that AFCON, Okocha made the team of the tournament.
But
we that AFCON 94. But outside AFCON 1994, I can hardly say, okay, this person's contribution is better than that person's contribution. Everything is relative.
Let me just say this on the whole ranking. We've been doing this series for some weeks now. I think something that a lot of people are misunderstanding is that the ranking is not based on how good, quote unquote, the player was alone. It's also not based on how good their Super Eagles career was. It is a combination of all the different factors. We're looking at natural talent, we're looking at Super Eagles career, we're looking at club career, we're looking at career achievements. Some people are upset about certain people being ranked ahead of the others. But when you check somebody that won 25 trophies in his career, and then you tell me this guy, he was the best, he came before his time, but he only won 3 trophies in his career. It's hard for you to say that person that won 3 had a greater footballing career than the person that won 25. So it's factors like that are leading some people to disagree with certain things, but it's a combination of all those things. Like, for example, people have been getting on me for saying, that why don't I put Yekini as number 1? Even my people disagreed with me. But I look at it that somebody that played 20-something years, won 1 million trophies, I'm exaggerating, obviously not 1 million, but won so many trophies, played 20-something years, God rest his soul, Yekini, but for me, I just don't put it at the same weight. You might say he was the best we ever saw. He's still the leading goal scorer, but those achievements did not quite follow like it followed for the other people. So it's a bunch of different factors. And at the end of the day, football is a subjective game,
Like the fact that you push a goal, they got ahead. Outside after 1990,
it's subjective. It's subjective. And for the 20 that made the list, it was the people that from the previous videos that we had ranked, all those that made the GOAT category were the ones that were ranked in this final video. But let's not spoil it for those that have not watched. So if you haven't watched it, go and check on Eagle Trackers.
If you have not watched it, go and watch it. The link will be.
And if you want to fight, you can fight in the comments. People are already there fighting, so you are not going to.
Let me just go to the second one because I have to. I don't watch it again.
Let me just,
I fought for them every step of the way.
Sorry, before you play that video, let me just preempt. So I spoke with Coach Randy Waldrum a couple of days ago, and I want to make sure I'm trying to edit and put out the video as soon as possible, just so that if I drop the video 2 days before WAFCON, people will say I'm coming to distract because of the things that we spoke about. The whole interview is 2 hours long, so be ready to sit down and watch because we spoke about so many different things. His time as a Super Falcons coach, the current state of the Super Falcons. I asked him whether or not the NFF used to tell him who to select and who not to select. I asked him about certain selections that he made in the past. I asked him about salaries that he was being owed, all sorts of things. And we spoke for so long, but there's still so many things that we did not even cover because I just understand that, man, there's so many different stories. There's so many different stories. The man was hiding a lot of things from the public before he eventually called out the NFF before the 2023 Women's World Cup. And we touched on it. I asked him whether he thinks that the Falcons can win this WAFCON that's coming up. He spoke about the current coach and what he thinks about the coach, and it was just a very nice conversation. In my typical fashion, we played one or two games to lighten it a little bit, and not be too serious. But it's a very revealing interview. Coach Randy Waldrum spoke about everything. He spoke openly. He spoke honestly. And I'm looking forward to people watching it. The goal is to publish that on our channel by Wednesday.
Do you see why he's not always using Oshwala? Because he's.
We spoke about Oshwala as well. We spoke about Oshwala. We spoke about Okobi. If you remember when Okobi was mad at him, we spoke about Oshwala. We spoke about Okobi. We spoke about Onumonu, who a lot of people said he liked that for no reason. I asked him so many different questions, and but this particular video that I put here is like, this is just a video where he was talking a little bit about the disorganization that he faced while he was coach. Because when you watch the interview on Wednesday, a lot of the conversation was just about how disorganized the NFF are and how disorganized they continue to be. And that was one of the things that he kept on fighting them about. So this particular clip is one example of those issues that he faced. So you can play it.
Okay.
The things that they needed. And that's all we really asked for, it's just like, I know we didn't have the financial resources to have everything that England has or everything the US has. I understand that. I've been in the game long enough to understand that. But at least give us proper camps to train and prepare. At least travel. Yes, at least travel, a couple of days in advance of a major competition. I mean, people don't realize, but even to get to AFCON, we had to beat Ghana in a home and away, and Ivory Coast, which are two of the best African countries, to even get to AFCON, right? And we'd beaten Ghana at home, and then we had to, go handle our business on the road. Well, we traveled at 5 a.m. the morning before we played Ghana. So that means we're at the airport at 2:30 in the morning. We're traveling. The kids are up all night long. They're traveling. And then we play a game that afternoon at 4:30. Like, who does that, right? And of course we go down there and we lose that game, but luckily we only lose by one. So we had them on the goal differential, and so just those kind of things. I mean, there's certain things that I know we're not going to fly first class everywhere, and I know we're not going to, have the resources at some of the teams, but at least give us the bare minimum of preparing the best way we can, because we're capable of doing that in Nigeria, right? And so those were, there were, again, it's a whole nother story to talk about all the things that we went through over those 3 years. But needless to say, I think this special group of young women really put it together at the right time and on the biggest stage.
So that's actually what Randy Waldrum, I know that this is not your usual advertisement. It's just like a snippet from the interview, because your advertisement are fire. I've been seeing people putting fire there. Saying that fire, the way you actually will put these things up, that you rush and go and watch it. But it's going to be like, I don't know, maybe you have plans to interview Justin Madugu too. I don't know, maybe you have that plans too. I know that
if I post this interview and then maybe if Madugu hears what Waldrum said about him, maybe he'll come and reply.
He'll come and reply. Hey, you have to give him the right of reply too. Just like this thing. So, but
did he say good or bad about him? What did he say? That is it controversial?
I think you have to wait to watch the interview.
You have to wait to watch.
I wait to watch. I won't read everything.
But what I will say, okay, you know what? I will say this. He did not say anything good about Madugu, and he spoke about, there was, when he was in the job, there were a lot of talks about Waldrum doesn't like the home-based coaches. People always talking about it, that he doesn't respect them. He spoke about that. And when people hear a little bit of what actually happened, I think we will understand better why their relationship was the way it was.
The same thing I'm hearing to that Erichel is not posting the home base coaches too. I beg no. So it depends on how he sees them. But I want to thank you guys for Ashuot for joining. It's been a very Ashuot, a lovely. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Zaki, for your time, and thank you to Ayotu for a wonderful time. Ayotu, I will try and speak to you maybe probably tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. So, thank you, Zach Kinsley. Thank you. So, this is another wonderful Friday. That's the end of Friday Night Football. Let me just Friday Night Football Club. So, let me just do a quick what's it called? So, about the point deduction, just to update you about the point deduction. So, I don't want to say that it's not official yet, but what I've been telling you since it has, I think, finally actually what happened, based on my conversations with people yesterday. So I'm talking about the point the chances are actually what happened. I think South Africa officially sent through their defense. I think it was a week, was it June? So I think, but I don't want to say that it's not official yet, but you will hear very soon, about that. I think the case already has been determined. So step procedures and everything, but it's just taking too long, and I think they have to just decide it. So you will hear. So when it's now official, I will come back. I will now give you my analysis about how Nigeria will qualify. I'm already doing the research and everything, but when FIFA already now posts it on their on the judicial body page, I will now come here and tell you why I think Nigeria will qualify for the Mundial next year. So, but I don't want to do anything now because it's not official. We can't be saying the same thing over and over without any posts from FIFA to back it up and everything. So we just want to wait for FIFA to put it out, which is going to be imminent now. Then we'll be able to talk about the permutations, which I think that it's just like a God is Nigerian. So before let me just talk you through this one again. We'll post this.
The guy was so good that they named him twice, JJ. My love for him just dropped that match against Ghana in London.
Looking at the names we actually would have here, I will not put Vital Sima in the water.
I'm going to have to put the great Haribo West in category. So Eli, you're shaking your head, so that means you disagree with me.
I'm sorry, that's disrespectful.
On this episode of ET Ranks, we are going to be ranking the top 20 best and greatest Nigerian footballers of all time.
IoT, I will disagree with you 100%. Because putting the king number 5 is a sin to Nigerian football.
Are we talking based on sentiment or based on facts and figures?
Talking based on facts.
Everything.
You are committing the sin.
Yes, fine. Yakini is number 5. The greatest Nigerian player of all time. 3, 2, 1.
So in case you're wondering where to watch this episode, is actually on Eagles Tracker. So you guys just type Eagles Tracker on YouTube. You will see it there. Go on videos. I mean, you should go on live. Is it live or videos? Just go type Eagles Tracker. Go on live. If you go to click on live or click on videos, if you see directly, you see the latest episode of ET Ranks there. Just try and watch. Very interesting episode. And now what I want to talk about before I go is the Nigerian France Sport Awards. This is the third edition. It's going to take place in France this year, or October 20. So this is going to be like a double celebration, because October 20, Nigeria, we don't already qualify for the World Cup. Then we go to France too and celebrate Nigerian France Sport Awards. So it's going to be double celebration for Nigeria. So that is that. So guys, save the day. If you want to ask more about the Nigerian Fan Sport Award, just you can go to OJB Sports, and also you can even message me. I'll link you to OJB Sports if you want to add more information, about it. So, and guys, I want to just appreciate those that contributed to live today. Ainde Isaac, thank you for your love. Connect to God, thank you for your love. Connect to God again, thank you for your love. Remy Ali, thank you for always being there. I don't want you, my very good brother. Thank you for your love. Chas, thank you for your love. And DK, thank you for your loves too. So, and if you are watching us if you are watching us live on YouTube too, or not on Facebook, there's a star. We have a star. This thing there. You can click on the star, and also link, and also contribute if you want to. There's also, if you are watching the replay of this show too on YouTube, a super thanks there. Click on it, and I want to actually what I have contributed to us. Don't worry. People have been talking at me like, please don't limit this show to only Friday. It's because of my schedule. That's why I'm only doing Friday for now. But as soon as I get hold of some few things, I'll be able to, look for a way to update you guys on a regular basis. In case if there's any breaking news or so on, I'll be able to actually update you guys actually very well. So I want to thank you guys for joining today, and have a very lovely week. I remain your host, Smith Lai. Thank you.